the CEO killer that he got caught yesterday in McDonald's, and there's some misinformation. I don't know if it's misinformation or whatever, but I've been hearing that that he worked in the McDonald's that he got caught in Pennsylvania, or he was just sitting there eating. Now in both accounts he was sitting there eating, but in the one that we watched yesterday, it was the guy on the podium talking. I think it was some New York official somewhere, something like that. He said that that was his place of work. So that was weird, right? That's not true. He didn't work there. Yeah. So I've been hearing conflicting shit. Yeah. So we have a video here. It's CNN is the only one I could find that was long enough. Luigi Mangione yells to media as he's escorted into court. So he's been caught. Remember yesterday they were talking about extraditing, and that's if they found the right person. They obviously concluded that this was the right person. Now remember, I said that he had those very distinctive eyebrows and the jawline and all that, and kind of effeminate looking from that angle at least. And you could very much see now in the clear pictures we have that, yeah, he's got him. He should have got him waxed, bro. You know who he reminds me of? Hold up, this fucking guy. He's got those same brows. You know what I'm talking about? It's the dad in American Pie. I guess Eugene Levy. Yeah, there you go. The bastard child. Saw a meme, Twitter posting from Burger King saying we don't have rats at Burger King. Did they actually Burger King? Like actually Burger King? That's crazy. I mean, they could meme all they want, but there is a lot of people on this guy's side. And honestly, I can't blame them. It's like I was saying yesterday. Insurance, like how many people here have been fucked by an insurance company in some way? And I think there's at least one of you guys that knows somebody that was fucked to the point of like almost death. And in fact, you guys all do, because you like that's me. Like I was almost fucked. Isn't that the plot of Fight Club? In a way it is. Yeah. 3-4 times, bro, minimum. It's been there have been situations where the issue is small, but it could grow into a larger issue if you didn't have the medication, right? But yeah, it's insane, bro. So let's see what this video is and what he's doing here. So he's being dragged into court basically, right? Well, not dragged, but we'll see.
We are following breaking news. We have new video of Luigi Mangione's arrival at a courthouse in Pennsylvania. That's where we are anticipating an extradition hearing for the 26-year-old Ivy League graduate and high school valedictorian.
You hear that? Ivy League valedictorian. So this is where I was like, man, it just doesn't sound like he was paid as a professional assassin to off this guy. You know what I mean? Like, you have very clear options. You have very clear options if you have that kind of background. Like, why would you want to fuck your life up if you have that kind of background and like history and education? Unless it didn't work out, unless your degree, unless you did like gender studies degree or some crap, right? Yeah, I did hear that. They say he had a chronic back pain after a back surgery and a surfing accident that makes sense to me. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty much that, right? We all thought that maybe him or somebody very close to him was affected by insurance in some way. But that it also made him a little crazy because he ended up having to take mushrooms, right? No one can escape chronic pain.
Accused in the murder of health insurance CEO Brian Thompson.
Yeah, let's see this moment. It is actually sort of something to watch. He was trying to send a message, but police rush him off very quickly.
Also, guys, let's keep in mind that this is CNN, not exactly the trust capital of the world, but we can be discerning, right? We can separate opinions from actual facts and that sort of thing, right? They're reporting the same thing as other news sites anyway. Yeah, I figured that it would have to be very close, if not the exact same. True.
Lady is completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people.
All right, so we just heard him yell that about it, sort of something being unjust. This is an insult to the intelligence of the American people. Let's bring in trial attorney Mercedes Colwin with us.
Did he sound like he had Down syndrome? Like he had a little bit of a heavy lisp? The way the cop wanted to open the door before they even stopped. Yeah, I was sitting there wondering about that too. Like, why? You know what it is? He's probably nervous as fuck because he understands This is like going out to the entire nation, the whole world, probably. Yeah, yeah. He was just trying to do something. Yeah, because you wouldn't open that door anyway for whatever reason, and he's the only one on this side. So why would you open the door to begin with? If they're gonna pull him out, if he's resisting inside the car, you pull him out from that side. Now maybe here's the other thing: he was anticipating that he would resist in the back of the car, and they'd have to like he would have to push him in like outward. But that's really it.
And it's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people.
You see how he was dragging the female cop, bro? Just pushing her. She didn't have her bearings.
An insult to the intelligence of the American people.
She's just like, whoop. Yeah, that's.
All right, so we just heard
And then
him
she ends
yell
up
that about
ends
it.
up to the right. Does it look like she moves forward?
An insult to the intelligence of the American people.
Scary,
Let's
man.
bring in trial attorney Mercedes Colwin with us. Look, this is someone between what you're hearing him say right there, manifesto, messages left on these bullets.
Right.
I mean, this is someone on a mission.
He's
it
actually
appears.
shredded.
He is the
Yeah, true.
killer in this case. We have to be very clear about that. He's facing an extradition hearing here, but I just wonder what you think of a moment like that as you see it, knowing the evidence that police say they have on this person.
Brianna, it's very disturbing, and those types of outbursts will certainly be evaluated by his defense team because that's just not normal. I mean, we've already had reports that he has
Look at them eyebrows, man. Like, God. Like, you knew you were going to get caught. They're trying to make him look crazy. I don't shop eyebrows.
been very strange since over the summer, that he has become reclusive. This manifesto is these rantings and ravings of an individual that obviously has some aberrant thoughts in his mind, and that's why he put it down on paper. So all of that is certainly very disturbing. The defense is going to have to evaluate whether this is an individual that really will even understand the charges. I mean, they may, depending on how aberrant his thoughts are, he has to be able to understand the process and the proceedings, even at this stage. And if there's some indication that he isn't able to do so, there might have to be some psychological evaluation, and then that will be reported back to the judge, and the judge will make the ultimate ruling as to whether or not to proceed with the proceeding. But this type of outburst is definitely very disturbing.
Bro has two weaknesses, okay? Bro has two weaknesses. Hot chicks and McDonald's. Let's examine the evidence. He was caught at a McDonald's. We don't really know if that's where he worked, but he was caught at a McDonald's. 2, the very first picture we got of him was because he was flirting with a chick in the building that he was in. And so he took down his mask. And I'm pretty sure that is what got him caught to begin with. Like, if that didn't speed up his capture, you know what I mean? Oh shit, that's crazy. He's about to get the Ted Bundy treatment. Yeah. Oh yeah. People. Well, no. He's gonna be treated as a hero basically everywhere. It's kind of like I said yesterday, guys. So the line is very blurry when you're talking about insurance companies or these big bajillion-dollar businesses, and you know, somebody, you know, a CEO dies. Like, most of us are going to be like, well, who gives a fuck, right? That's, you know, that's a W for the common person. And but then you know, common decency says, man, it's always a tragedy if somebody dies. But they make it so easy to not give a fuck and actually root for the person pulling the trigger. You know, they should really ask themselves why that is. Of course, they know the answer to that. We know the answer to that. But yeah, Ted Bundy got married in the middle of his trial. Yeah, he was getting love letters. He was getting all kinds of shit in prison. Yeah, you shouldn't deny a wheelchair. No, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly the shit that I'm talking about. It is. But we're the ones that have it. They don't. They are concerned with profit over people's lives. You know, oh yeah, you don't need a fucking wheelchair? Really? I mean, I could tell you about all the medications and shit that I needed after certain injuries that I had, like on the PD. Bro, I was part of the government, and they didn't want to fucking give you know what I mean? They didn't want to take care of me either. But we all know that, right? We all see that, especially with veterans. The VA is notorious for fucking our fucking veterans. It's insane. Do you know what happened one of the insurance companies backed down from giving anesthesia. Is that what it was? Is that what's out now? Yeah, we have a manifesto video where he talks about it, I think. I'm hoping that's what that is. Yeah, they're just kind of talking about him right now. It's whatever. It's whatever here. Oh, they were going to put a time limit. The VA is about to get so much more funding to funding cut. That's insane, man. You would think that with Trump coming in, that would like not be the case. I mean, you would think, right? Because that's like the rhetoric, you know, for our troops kind of shit. She's talking about BCBS. They said they wouldn't cover anesthesia if the surgery went over a certain time limit. Wait, he's doing that? That's insane. Yeah, so you would think that that shouldn't be the case. We got to look into that, I think. We got to look into that. Because there was I do know that there was this I don't know what to call it, but it was a Twitter account that was funded by Dems and the Kamala HQ and all that. It was called Kamala HQ, and they just got sued into hell. They had to remove a bunch of posts, and there was these they were trying to target YouTubers that were talking about this or that, and yeah, they went through the court system, and they, yeah, it was a lot of like misinformation on them. It's part of what Doe wants to cut for government waste. So Elon's saying that shit, man, that is crazy. That won't go well. If that's true, that won't go over well, and that will, it's ironic. Yeah, that will not go over well. All right, so we got new details here. New details on CEO shooting suspects manifesto. Quote, these parasites had it coming.
And we start with the Fox News alert. You've been seeing this video for over a week. The suspect in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson,
This is actually the first time I've seen this footage.
has now been officially charged.
Brooke Singman breaks it down for us for all we know, and we know a lot. Brooke.
Yeah, we do, guys. Good morning. So the suspected killer remains behind bars in Pennsylvania this morning. Luigi Mangione, on your left here, is now charged in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson 6 days ago in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect now faces...
Do you believe it's an inside job? As far as like somebody in his insurance company, like wanted him gone. So I think that with as much bad shit as these guys are involved in, denying quadriplegics, you know, wheelchairs, not giving people the medication they need, giving people the runaround, preferring them die over paying out. I think that they create their own natural enemies over time. Like they create their own enemies. And I don't think I mean, it's certainly possible, right? Because, you know, it's New York City and shit goes down crazy over there. You know, it's like Chicago. But it's obvious, it's a possibility, but I think it's more possible that they just pissed off this random guy that decided to go over there and take care of business for himself. Because it's like I said, they create their own fucking enemies pretty fucking easy. Like very easy.
Faces several charges. So in New York, he's been charged with second-degree murder along with 3 other gun-related charges. And in Pennsylvania, he faces 5 more charges, including forgery, carrying a gun without a license, and lying about his identity to officers. His arrest came after a tip from a McDonald's more than 230 miles from Manhattan in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Altoona, that's where Michelle's from. This is her McDonald's right here. You know, funny story. I saw elsewhere that this McDonald's, bro, they decided to just go, hey, by the way, the McDonald's that he got caught at was rated super low. Like, okay, guys, okay, come on, like shut the fuck up already. Who cares, bro? Everybody's McDonald's is rated 3 out of 5 stars, right? 2, 3 out of stars. Come on.
Authorities say the 26-year-old was carrying a gun believed to be the one used to shoot Thompson. Local officials hailing the employee who made the call to authorities as...
You see what I mean? Black Star? This does not seem like a professional. This does not seem like a guy that was paid a lot of money to kill the competition or whatever. It's a guy that was very into his emotions, and remember, guys, in his mind, he is the good guy. He is the absolute good. He's the main character here. We saw in the previous video he was being dragged into the jail, into the processing center, or wait, that was the court, right? Either one, whatever. But they were dragging him in there, and he was spouting out this stuff about how it's an injustice. This guy 100% believes in what he did, obviously. And yeah, people got mad he was turned in. They're like, why they be McSnitching? Because it'd be cheap. Did that one, like, wasn't her name Carol or something? Did you say her name was Carol? Bro got Karen'd. Bro got derivative Karen turning him in.
Posted
Carol
the
Baskin.
BK meme on your Discord.
Oh, you got it. Okay, there it is. It does have the note. That's hilarious. Bro, we don't snitch. No, this is not a real Burger King post. That's so good. You want to remain untuned? Well, you should have thought of that before you went to Altoona.
Hero. Listen.
To get tuned.
In some dark corners, this killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is no hero.
You see, here. Oh my God. Okay. I gotta gather my thoughts. Okay. So again, it is always a tragedy when somebody dies, unless that person is like 100% evil. Then we are, 100% good without them, this and that. Right now, it's easy to agree with a person that got mad at some businessman, right? Imagine when that person is you. Honestly, that happens all the time. Somebody gets mad at you and they want to murder you, and they murder you. You know, this kind of thing really empowers people on when they think they're the good guy to go out and do shit like this. Now, it's not super easy to see that point of view right now because it's a health insurance CEO that 100% had things to do with people dying and not receiving the proper care, getting complications because of money getting to the hospital late or whatever. I don't know, and that sort of thing. I've heard extreme cope on both ends. Like one was like, oh well, the CEO obviously didn't have a hand in the decisions to fuck people on their insurance payouts or whatever. And that's not fucking true. When you're the CEO, you're the big guy, right? You're the fucking boss. You're the boss, man. Like the buck stops at you. You should know what everybody's doing. You should know your policies. Right? You should, like, these guys, let me tell you something, guys. These people are smart. You may not think so. You may think that they're stupid because of this or that, but they are smart. They know what they're doing, right? They do this every fucking day. They have communities around this. They're all making so much money. They know what they're doing. So to say that they... to say that the CEO didn't know about these policies or whatever, or having decisions behind, fucking family A over family B, it's extreme cope. I don't buy that shit one bit. Does anyone think killing someone is a good thing? Well, that's what people are coping with as far as this is a CEO. We don't care about a billionaire or whatever. We don't care about a businessman that got killed. He definitely fucked a lot of people in his day. And there is something to be said about if you get to the top, think about all the little people you had to step on to get there. Something to be said about that. That's not always true, but was it more than likely here? Probably. I mean, yeah. Healthcare CEO. Yep. He wasn't the not a hero the CEO wanted, but he was the not a hero he deserved. He's the Rizzler Batman. CEO of purposely approved AI programs that denied more people for no reason. He knew what he was doing. Holy shit. I didn't even think about people using AI now for these kinds of things, but that is 100% true. Yeah, we see that all the time. They had AI reading people's claims. Unbelievable. So how far is the disconnect here? You know what I mean? Like if you got AI, like you're already making record-breaking profits in this industry, and you got AI trying to save a few bucks to deny people quicker? Just quicker? Like, you already delay people, right? You already delay people, but people are being delayed by AI and without any kind of like human touch. That's actually insane. Her name was, oh, the person that turned him in, Nancy Parker. Bro, Spider-Man's gonna be pissed. Apparently she deactivated all her accounts after she put a video up on TikTok bragging about it. Wrong way to clout. Yeah, that's when you're not reading the room correctly. See, me even talking like this, I mean, I'm not on the fence. I just don't think celebrating a death is a good thing. It's one of those things where, like, if you think this is okay now, there will come a time where they're gonna come for you too. I mean, man, bro, I don't fuck with the dead. I don't do anything like that, Black Star. I don't even want to go ghost hunting. I'm with you. Why would she post about it? Yeah, it's just clout. It's just clout. But that's just an example of somebody not reading the room, so to speak. Bro, the internet is 100% this like behind this guy. And who, guys, do we know if he needs help or not? Like, do we know? Well, and that goes into another dilemma, right? If he needs help, bro, maybe the insurance denied his help. Maybe the insurance denied his mental help, mental health help. You can kind of see, like, right now, what we see of him is the emotion, right? It's the so-called passion. It's this and that. He thinks he's the good guy. Yeah, so do we know if he probably did. He probably did, right? Because when you're on shrooms trying to get past the pain, some people, I mean, the pain, not necessarily the shrooms, but the pain can make you go crazy. Bro, I had problems in my jawline and I felt like I was going insane. Like, remember I was talking about the dentist that fucked up my teeth and I had to get a couple pulled? I had this insane pain that was just like, it was like Chinese water torture. It was like every few seconds, bro. It was like, bitch, take that dick of pain, and that's like, that's not it. That's like minor compared to the pinched nerve that he was talking about, right? Where this guy, like L4 was talking about, he had a back surgery, and bro, if you move too fast, your lower back gets fucked, right? If you after you're like 15, if you look to the left a little too fast, your shit is out of proportion now. You cracked, bro, you are dead. And we're talking about pain like that from a surgery, an external process that probably went wrong, or they didn't have enough money, or they had this timed execution for the anesthesia. And bro, then you have to go through the pain without the anesthesia because simply because the surgery took too long. Bro, what? So this one's fucked up, man. This is just fucked up on both ends. But I will say that as a basis, I don't think people should celebrate somebody dying unless it's like Hitler, like actually Hitler, somebody like that, somebody hella evil, like somebody verifiably, universally evil. Let's just kill everyone who does shady business practices. I think that's kind of what the argument is right now. That's what they want. You gonna cover our deductibles for blinding us with your flat white with the flat white hands? Well, I bet you weren't expecting this. Fuck you, botch. Yeah. Oh my god. See, that's a disability. That's a disability. My fucking translucent ghost hands. Look, I've been jerking off a pale phantom. My mom is chronically ill, and the things her insurance company denies her are insane. She's literally disabled, and they won't approve the only medication that will help her condition. So I understand where he's coming from. See, that's insane. Like, how the fuck do you even do that? Like, we're talking about facts, right? Right, L4? We're talking about facts. The fact is, she has a problem, or a list of problems. And the fact is, medication A is for that problem or problems.
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another wore plaid white. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I don't like true crime. Yeah. So when they're talking about, yeah, really? No. So yeah, I don't know, man. For example, if you have a problem with hypertension, there is a medication for hypertension, right? So if you're the insurance provider, can you say L4 what the reasoning was for them denying just any medication? They'll probably say like, "Oh, you're making too much money, right? You're
Wait, you want a crunchy roll or you want egg roll? Okay, we met.
Yeah, egg roll with duck sauce. Clearly. Bro, did you see that, Jimmy, in the meme channel? Somebody was selling an egg roll with 2 packets of duck sauce, like on Facebook marketplace. It was great. It was fabulous. I was like, man, it's tempting. It's tempting, bro. Yeah, go in there. Look, I tagged Chaos. Okay, back over here.
The real hero in this story is the person who called 911 at McDonald's this morning.
Mangione also had clothing and a mask similar to those worn by the shooter when police arrested him Monday, as well as writings suggesting ill will toward corporate America. New York City Mayor Eric Adams speaking to the arresting officer yesterday.
Hey, Tyler.
I guess we found your guy.
Yes, we as New Yorkers, we appreciate it. And you just did a great job, heads up policing. You took a dangerous person off the street. We thank you so much.
It was great to do. More than happy to do it. I can't say I was expecting it.
This is kind of cringe, I will say. Like, did they turn the call into like a photo op?
Waking up this morning.
Meanwhile, a former roommate of Mangione says
this is the picture that we have because he was flirting with somebody.
Oh, you want a healthcare? That going to cost you a big time. Stupid Americans.
You want to be you want to be safe and secure? You want to have your medication? No, stupid. Rolls up newspaper. Bops on face. It's a bit of a long story, but she has a condition called MCAS that makes her have an allergic reaction to like almost every food. So she has to stay on a specific diet. If she has a reaction, the stomach pain ends up debilitating her for hours. And there was a medication that could have helped with that, but insurance basically said there is no proof that this condition disables a medically necessary function for the patient. Medically necessary. Oh, so they're sticking with that. That's yeah. So a medically necessary function for the patient. What do we call eating? Isn't it medically necessary to eat like once every how many days? You have to eat like once every 5 days or you're dead. That's kind of significant, don't you think? What the fuck? Like you have to have some form of nutrition in 5 days or you're dead. Yeah, that doesn't bro, denied. Come on, L4. Give me something hard. Don't clip that.
Recording acquired.
Bro, my own bot clipped it. Oh my god. Bro. It's supposed to wait. Oh my god. I shouldn't have trained him on my voice. Fuck you, WaRpTV bot. Now I know why Spit Rage doesn't like you. You see, there you guys go. There's another clip for you guys that are doing the clip contest for December. Shit like that's so dumb. It's so funny. Alright. Fucking hell.
he can't believe Luigi is the man suspected of pulling off this heinous crime. Watch this.
Unfathomable. Knowing the kind, person that I saw and knew. I remember he said he had a back issue and he was hoping to get stronger in Hawaii. It also weighed on him that he knew that there was an impending surgery.
Several questions still remain surrounding the shooter's motive as police in both states continue to investigate the case. Ainsley, over to you.
It's so strange, Brooke. On his X account, there's a picture of an X-ray. We don't know if that's his surgery, but it has some hardware in this person's back. So apparently in chronic back pain constantly, according to residents that he lived with in Hawaii. But we'll get to that. Thank you so much, Brooke. Great job. All right, who is this guy? He's from a prominent family in Maryland. His grandparents started a few country clubs. They also own some healthcare facilities and real estate companies.
So the guy is well off. He had good schooling. He had Ivy League schooling. He was a valedictorian. Prominent family that owns country clubs. What's the deal? You know what I mean?
Names their kid Ainsley.
Yeah.
And according to friends in Hawaii, he wanted to distance himself from this wealthy life. His family on social media.
Well, I bet that was the wrong decision now, wasn't it? If we're going to say we had to like off somebody because we couldn't afford a surgery or whatever, or some part of the surgery process. Bad decision. See, people that say money don't fix problems are all people that already have money.
Said that they were shocked. They were devastated. Now, then his school, he went to the Gilman School, which is in Baltimore. Now, that is a very prominent school. It's all boys. He was there from 6th grade until graduation. He graduated in 2016. It costs about $40,000 a year to send your children there. And many senators, many governors graduated from the Gilman School. His friends called him likable, athletic, studious, on the quiet side, had an interest in technology and robotics, and he was the valedictorian of his high school. And we're going to show you a clip of that valedictorian.
Nah, bro, Jimmy. Were you here for this? I think he looks like this fucking guy. He's got the eyebrows dead to rights. It's right there. Like, that is this guy.
Speech in just a second. He thanked his parents and he
now look
thanked
at Borat. He's skinnier like Borat. I can see it. He's the pie fucker. He's the son.
His faculty. Then he goes on to have an Ivy League education.
Bro, he was probably at McDonald's eating some apple pies. Oh my God. Can we figure out what he was eating at McDonald's? Because they said that he was sitting there eating. If he had an apple pie, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Goes to UPenn with a bachelor's and a master's degree, graduated 4 years ago in 2020 with a computer science degree, and he minored in mathematics. He was a member of the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. Then he goes to Hawaii. That was his last place of residence, and people that he lived with in the surf break co-living community said he was in chronic back pain constantly. He's been estranged from some of those friends. Apparently, he left like 2 years ago. That was the last time he had that address, but then he went back. I'm reading in some of the reports, started a book club. Many people left that book club because they didn't agree with some of the book choices.
Excuse me? Okay, this is your hero. Bro had a book club. Not only was he in a book club, he started the book club. This is your hero. This is your hero. And not only did he start the book club, people left the book club. Oh shit. Did you see his Goodreads account where he rated the Lorax higher than the Unabomber manifesto? I need to know his thought process behind that. Okay, so I heard his thoughts on the Unabomber manifesto, and he was saying that sometimes it's necessary for violence. So he basically agreed with it, but at the same time, it's like the Lorax placed it higher, right? He rated it higher. 5-star read. Yeah. No, man, I didn't hear that. I didn't see that shit at all. That's crazy.
The NYPD is saying his writings expressed anger at corporate America. There's a 3-page manifesto where he was complaining about the healthcare industry. He said, "These parasites had it coming. I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done." So he's an anti-capitalist. He had some leanings on his Facebook page that are some of the social media that leads
you
us
see
to
that?
believe
Communism bad.
And of course, you mentioned he was valedictorian. Here's a little of his speech from high school.
The people in our lives, especially our parents and teachers, had such huge roles as well. I'd like to personally thank each of you for sending your sons here.
I'm noticing something. I know this is a high profile, like, can we call it like an execution, I think? Assassination? This is high profile, but they're treating this guy
Manifesto.
Yeah, like he killed a president or something. Like, we're looking up his high school videos, his like speeches in school. Like, I mean, it is a big deal to everybody, but like, we're kind of giving him a lot of attention, like a lot. They don't investigate this hard for anyone else who gets killed. True. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy was a insurance businessman. I think what it might be is that people are just curious on who would do that. And the answer is literally anybody. Literally anybody. Anybody can be driven to that point, right? Anybody. The guy really thought he was justice. All right. So yeah, I was talking about, isn't it weird that we focus so much on who this guy is, as if he killed a president or some politician or something like that. But the reality is that we kind of all want to know what kind of person would do this. And the answer is any one of us could be driven to this. you know, especially with the circumstances. This is a villain that people would want to see in a movie. You know what I mean? Like, you would see this story in a really good movie. Lawful evil, yeah. What's the recipe for a bulbous white? Coming all over some titties.
Because I can't imagine the class of 2016 without any one of these men on stage. Further, thank you for all the time and love you've put into our lives. You've instilled values in us.
Wait, he broke the law? Okay, he broke the law, but at the end of the day, he thinks he's correct. So whatever Riddler is, this guy is, because they think he's correct. Like he is the star of the show. He is the main character. So to him, he would be lawful evil, but he would be incorrect in that.
Fed and clothed us, and simply been there for us every step of the way.
It's so surprising to people who know him, that he's the guy, because it's like, are you kidding? He was a very popular guy. He had it all going for him. There you can see.
He had a book club. How could he do this?
After he was arrested, you know, it's one of those things where his image, the image of that person, the suspect, in that mask flashed around the world. And then when he pulled down the mask you saw that just a couple of days ago. And then when he pulled down the mask at that hostel in New York, right there,
it was a hostel? Okay, he's retarded. I'm sorry. He's retarded, bro. Okay. Well, that's what valedictorian means these days.
The clerk reportedly, people got a good look at it. So
I thought it was a bank. I thought it was a bank, bro. What? It's a hostel?
Like, he made one fatal mistake yesterday, and that was he was at this McDonald's not far from the Greyhound bus station in Altoona, and he was over on the side.
Fucking retarded.
Yeah, insane. Bro, was that before or after? If it was, I mean, either way, before and after going to a hostel is really fucking stupid. Taking your mask down before or after is really fucking stupid. Like, the thing is that I heard that he had that mask on the whole fucking time, other than when he went into that hostel, apparently. And because he was trying to flirt. Yeah, and then his eyebrows are very fucking distinctive. L4 joked, I think, that he should have waxed them, but I think he should have just fucking removed them or drawn them on or something. Put fake eyebrows, something that like he had a backpack in the woods somewhere with a different change, like a change of clothes. That's why he had two backpacks. Yeah, shave them, but like done something with them, right? Anything. I just think those eyebrows are very fucking distinctive. Like, you don't see a lot of people with those bushy brows. Hey Kai, what's going on, man? I have United Health and it doesn't cover shit. Yeah, man, we've been talking a lot of that. United Health, man. And one of their executives came out the other day. It was talking about, we are so fair. This should never have happened. This is a single person acting out, blah, blah, blah.
As far away from the counter as possible. And he pulled down.
By the way, Michelle, I think we're going to get to the point where we have that here. But not because of the reasons you guys think. I think that we're going to get a universal income at some point because AI and robots are going to take everybody's jobs. We are going to get to a point where it will be a necessity for people to get a universal income. Because first of all of like the low IQ, I don't want to say low IQ, low skill jobs. Most of those jobs can be taken by AI and robots. So it really depends if you want to have that outcome. And if you want to get universal income. I don't know. I haven't really looked at that, but I think that that's what's going to happen. We see it happening more and more and more and more. Like bro, what was the steps before for call centers, for example? We had them in America, right? And then we figured out, oh, well, there's that country over there that we could just pay them like $20 a week a person, you know, for a whole batch. And then from there, now at the insurance places, they're using AI to deny claims at a faster rate. You could just see the evolution of this happening, guys. We have the technology. We have the start of that happening now. It's going to be a thing. Can you finally have a sex bot? I mean, unironically, yes. You're going to. Have you seen the new bots? They look very they're I think they're past uncanny valley right now. Do you guys know do you guys know what that means as far as like robots and like human like things? There's a point in the development of human like robots and tech intelligence where they call it uncanny valley, where it looks so bad that we hate it. But yeah, you're gonna get to that point. I think we're there now, in its infancy. You're gonna get waifus, bro. You're gonna get cat girls walking around calling you senpai all day. Real women are cooked. Question is, will this spark a national conversation about how shitty the health insurance model is in the U.S. more than it has in the past to get some kind of change? If it does, I can tell you that it's going to incite more violence, because people will look at that as a W, and they'll want to kill more people to get more conversation started. Isn't this the reason why they at least want to kill off some population so they can have bots just cover everything that the poors do? Well, they understand that we aren't going to have the population that, like, a large chunk of the population can't do electric work, you know, like skilled labor. There's people that honestly can't do a lot, and it's not health, it's not healthcare, it's not like it's just their education, it's them as a person, where they just can't understand. Like, some people can't do math. You want those guys doing rocket surgery? I don't know. It's just gonna get to the point where we have bots and AI that like, just, they're gonna be better than humans in every way. So what are you gonna do? I mean, it's good. It's a good conspiracy to say that we want to lower the population so that we don't have to deal with that many people. But it may end up being a good thing, because you have to allocate those funds from somewhere else, and they may, or I'm talking like the universal income. They might look at, war, not fucking around with other countries when you have that many people that can't contribute. 2 assassination attempts and a health insurance CEO off to what's next on the bingo card. We went past the Skynet. Skynet becoming self-aware. It was like wasn't it in November? It's happening, bro. There's a war already happening and thinning out populations in other countries anyways. Yeah, but like over there, we have no idea what's going on. I don't know their problems. I don't live over there. The problems that we have, we should really just be focusing on our problems. It was more like a Shynet Mountie Police Province. Wait, why are you just are you doing different iterations of Uncanny Valley? I'm over there like reading your Canadian talk. Geese Road, Wolf Woods, Mountain Lion, Mountie Police Province, Beer Prawn Town. Can I go there? Is that a real place? Other words for Canada? Oh, I was like, I was sitting there trying to figure out what you were doing. That was funny though. Keep going. It helps.
Down his mask. He was wearing the surgical mask there. Pulled down his mask to eat. You got to do that. And somebody, it sounds like a customer, saw that person.
So there you go. Okay, so he was eating. He had to pull down his mask because he already pulled down his mask and people saw him when he was trying to flirt at the fucking hostel. They immediately recognized it. Like, his face is fresh in people's minds. Why? This is what I'm saying. Like, this is not professional. This is not a guy that was paid $1 million at a drop or a dead drop to go kill a CEO in New York City. You know what I mean? Like, this guy had so many noob errors. It's insane.
I called Canada a state instead of a country the other day. Make Canada American. Or something.
Yeah, he's talking about trying to make Canada and Mexico the 51st and 52nd states. How do you feel about that, Mitchell? Honestly, I think it would be good for Mexico. You know what I mean? But like, is that realistic? Absolutely not. Guess we don't need to deport anyone then. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, guys, I have family in Mexico still, and let me tell you that they fucking hate it over there. It's scary. It's fucking scary. But is that actually going to be a thing? Of course not. I think he's memeing. He's probably memeing, to be real. I don't know. Trump is a memer, right? I mean, you guys saw what he did with Biden's wife, right? Like he put out some cologne. Hold on. Okay, bro took an angle of this picture and he said fragrance that makes your enemies like come to you or whatever. Like you can't resist. And that's I believe that's Jill Biden, right? That's like Biden's wife. So bro is usually memeing in some way. In some way. I would hope so, because otherwise he would get us into a huge war. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's just 100% trolling, man. There's no way.
And then discreetly went over, talked to somebody who was working at that McDonald's and said, I think that's the guy. They called the cops. The rest is history.
So I talked to someone high up in the NYPD Police Department. They essentially said, look, before they captured him, they had everything but his identity, fingerprints, DNA. They had things that show that he was an activist in that sense, and they were getting closer and closer. And it was just old-fashioned style police work, put out an image,
yeah, he was
to the public, and see if they.
Bro, I said he has two weaknesses: hot chicks and McDonald's. And bro got caught at a McDonald's by a Oh my God! It's just, you can't make this shit up.
Can track this person down, and they did that. So it just goes to, show if you see something, you say something. But the question is, Brian, that the family members, friends, people that were close to him, not recognize the photo that was put out there for all of us to see.
Yeah, that family's going to make a statement shortly. Everybody knows him. Evidently, they've got a huge charity. They have a huge. Looks like
why not a Panera
truck there that they converted in the.
Why not a Panera? Because he wasn't suicidal. That's why.
1980s. So they're of wealth. He's got a BA. He's got a master's. He seems to have everything.
It's been beautiful, Michelle. Thank you.
When he left Hawaii, it seems, and he came back, he didn't even go to the same place, didn't keep in touch with the same friends. And I see this one posting on social media where he has a lot of nutritional things on there. He says, one of his friends, he's supposed to be, I guess, at the wedding. Hey, I need you to call me. I don't know if you're okay.
Hey, but this is one of the few guys on the planet where obviously it didn't affect him. Bro had abs. He is built. Like he's very shredded. I'm just saying, Panera tries to kill you with their lemonade, for fuck's sake, And
just or just in an isolated place. But I haven't heard from you in months. You made commitments to me for my wedding, and if you can't honor them, I need to know so I can plan accordingly. Wow. And just another note, Eric Adams brought up something that.
Of course, they show the one picture where he has titties.
You have to have a mask law. There's no reason for this guy to be wearing a mask, right? So you have to, if you go indoors, you got to take that mask off. If you go into a camp, you got to take the mask off. He's going to push Hochul to make a statewide rule about masks because people are using that to their advantage to commit crimes.
Most of the criminals.
NYPD said that he gave the Unabomber's manifesto a rave review. He wrote 13 reviews on books on Google Reads, and he follows on X Edward Snowden, Joe Rogan, AOC. They say his writings expressed anger at McDonald's. Hats off to the person who recognized him, because I have to be honest, the pictures of you see right now, I don't think that looks like the guy that had the hood, that had the mask. I recognized him.
No,
when I was talking to the cops yesterday, they said that the eyebrows were the bushy eyebrows is what got.
See, cops know. That's literally what I've been saying. It's the fucking eyebrows, bro. They are so distinctive. They were his downfall.
Them to figure out who it was. Right. I will say this: he did have another manifesto that was set to be released on YouTube that has since been brought down.
That's right.
He had it. Sometimes you can go in the background of YouTube and schedule a post to be blasted out there. YouTube is not going to let
the most incomprehensible politics that do stuff like this. Yeah, I mean, it already doesn't make sense. But then again, we don't know like the ties he has to his family. But if he stayed with his family, he never would have had these problems, right? I don't know. But he thinks he's the good guy, right? He thinks that, his family was probably trying to get him to be a better person, maybe. I don't know. But you go, who knows, his family could be shit people. And that's also true. Yeah, we have no idea. But I do know that if he had stayed in those circumstances, there'd be, this wouldn't have happened. Maybe. Because it almost sounds like he doesn't have a good job. I don't know. I have no idea.
Supposed to be blasted out at 6:45 last night.
This doesn't make sense logically.
That was 3 pages. We've got some new additional details. Apparently, When he was apprehended at the McDonald's, he was found with $8,000 in cash, $2,000 in foreign currency. And the suspect said about that, I don't know where that money came from. It must have been.
Excuse me? 8,000. He was found with $8,000 and 2,000 in foreign currency. What currency? Yeah, that's another part of it, L4. It doesn't logically make sense. He had the background to get a really dope fucking job. And with those jobs comes really good insurance. I don't understand. You know, maybe he's a person that goes out and kills a CEO, and so he's like unemployable. You know?
And all he wants for Christmas is a
Ho, ho, ho.
That was his downfall.
Planted, I don't have that kind of cash. And so you mentioned a moment ago that his X account features an X-ray of somebody who's had back fusion surgery. And you mentioned how when he lived in Hawaii, one of the managers there said that chronic back pain impacted everything in his life. He says,
there you go.
Including his ability to have a romantic life or enjoy surfing. And what's interesting is when you think about, and you know, the manifesto.
Okay, so now it makes sense. He couldn't fuck. He couldn't blow loads, man. That'll make you crazy. I mean, they call it blue balls for a reason. Yeah, that's bad. He was highly educated and he probably learned too much shit about the world that made him depressed and angry. Yeah, that's very much true. I really haven't agreed with how people go to college and they become this like totally different
get this man.
Ho, ho, ho.
Do they have hoes that can stop your pain? I think it's the OnlyFans models that DM you. but really, it's not even them. It's AI of them, like messaging you or their manager or something. Oh my God.
So it talks about greed and in the healthcare industry. That guy's 26 years old. What happens when you are 26 years old? You are knocked off of your parents' health insurance in many cases. We don't know if he was on his parents' health insurance, but that is, you know, you can have your kids on it until 26. If he's been impacted back by that, was that part of it? And when you, apparently, according to the cops here in New York, when you read his 3-page note that he was found with, and it was handwritten because he didn't want a digital trail, it echoes what was found on those 3 gun casings, you know, about deny and all that other stuff. And it looks literally like he was caught red-handed. He had the gun, he had the note, he had the...
So he carved some shit into the bullet casings, right? And they found one at the scene, or it was like on the actual bullet, the projectile. It was something like that. So no, he absolutely does have fans. 100%. We were talking about that earlier.
Get this man a hole. Get this man a hole. Get this man a hole. Get this man a hole.
You know what I mean? Yeah, this said deny, defend, depose.
Fake ID, and he's got the face.
Well, the big thing now is going to be, since this was done in Manhattan, it will be Alvin Bragg's case to try between the court. The cops that I speak to want the feds to step in. Now, of course, in New York State, there.
Now, you see how the guy didn't want to say that, L4? He was like, deny, something. He didn't want to say it.
Deny, defend, depose. Oh.
Exactly. Whatever that was. Bro, anyone else hear that? That was weird. I have to stop hating Christmas because all these insurance people are getting rid of their LinkedIn accounts. Yeah, they really should. I thought it was saying DI at first. I was like, what? Who didn't earn that? Bro earned it. Let me tell you that in a lot of ways, bro earned the bullet. Just like through his fault, and through the faults of others in his industry. It's fucked up. It's fucked up to say that. It's the same way as how people feel about cops, for example. Oh, well, this cop over here in Maryland did something to this person, so this cop in California needs to die by my hands right now. You know, it's the exact same shit. That's just the logic. That's just the logic. It's shitty logic, right? It sounds like shitty logic.
There's no death penalty. But assuming that the trial starts to begin, it will be back in the Trump administration. And they will have the death penalty back on the table. Currently, the feds have removed the death penalty under the Biden administration. But if the Southern District of New York gets the case and Pam Bondi is the Attorney General, the death penalty will be back in play.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
Shut up. All right. Here's the thing. So here's this rhetoric that the news is trying to. Yes, that's his name. That's his name. So this is courtesy of L4. They are now trying to blame video games on this. And which video games? Among Us. And for L4, oh no, for Michelle, it's in here somewhere. Civilization. I'm eating too many bagels, and I blame supermarkets. You think it's the Forbes article? It's the other one? Yeah, you did. Yeah. I was just like dying at this shit, man. It's insane. Like, ain't no fucking way. Yeah, so they're blaming Civilization and Among Us. Okay, so they're having to explain Among Us to all the normies. What to know about the game played by Luigi Mangione? Yeah, Michelle, I told you were gonna really like this one. So Michelle, you I'm sorry, but you might as well just go ahead and pick a CEO that you don't like. Maybe the CEO of the Bagel Factory. And do the math. Yeah, get to work, bro. So Mangione, the suspect in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, was arrested and charged with blah 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 blah. Extremely ironic suspect, United Healthcare CEO slaying playing video game killer, friend recalls. So the friend says, "Hey yo, Lamau, this guy used to play Among Us. We should have all seen it. We should have all seen it before."
Blame the video game, not the Russians.
It's not bro. It's not Russian rubles, isn't it? He ain't gonna have that, bro. Oh, games like Call of Duty are. Oh, okay. So GTA, they're using COD and GTA, but there are no proven links between video games and real world violence. And Among Us would be a wholly new category of game here. And then here's an Oxford study about these types of claims. The idea that violent video games drive real-world aggression is a popular one, but it hasn't tested very well over time. Thank you, Oxford. Thank you for being the voice of reason here. Yeah, but here we go. Hey, there it is. Civilization. Michelle, you are cucked, bro. You are literally an egg of a fucking CEO killer right now. What do you have to say? Who do you hate? I'm getting violent just from this. Wait.
He was such a wonderful boy. I wonder what happened.
Oh,
it must have been video games.
Bro, no shot. He worked there, Michelle. He worked on the game. No way. Bro, this is so much better. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I gotta play this song for Michelle. Everybody, 07's in chat. This is her. Michelle, I know that you really liked Civilization. It was a brief knowledge of mine.
From the minds that brought you Civ 6 Consecular Simulator 2024.
This is crazy, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, so he worked there. He also had the Pokemon Breloom in his Twitter banner alongside an x-ray of a spine and a shirtless photo of himself. No one seems to quite understand the Breloom reference at this point. Who is that? I don't know these new Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Here's the article for you guys. There's the article if you want to check it out yourself. There's a study by Oxford in there. Everyone's trying to parse how Mangione, a highly successful student without any sort of criminal record, could have transformed into someone
in a world where kiddos get their ass shot for denying coverage.
Yeah, that's real shit. Yeah. Like, this is some Riddler shit, man. This is some actual Riddler. Okay, my bad, guys. I really had to drive that one home. We live in a society here.